15 legendary queens from 15 legendary seasons. One shot at the crown. The next queen to earn the title of Poké-Drag Superstar will need to be the very best like no one ever was and battle their way to the top. They'll need to harness the power that's inside and take out their fellow queens one maxi challenge and or Pokemon battle at a time. Hello friends! My name is Frankie and it's so good to see you again. Welcome to Gotta Drag 'em All Stars. In this season, our bottom queens will still battle it out with a 6v6 Pokemon battle to see who goes home. The difference is that the queens aren't just coming from any singular season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh no. Instead, I chose one queen from each US season, except for season 7, because they got their own full season, to battle for the crown. So, are you ready to meet my queens? From seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we have Nina Flowers, Raven, Manila Luzon, Willem, and Detox.
So out of mother bitches that have been here, how did you manage that?
From seasons 6, 8, 9, 10, and 11, we have Gia Gunn, Kim Chi, Nina Bonina Brown, Asia O'Hara, and Sugarcane.
I don't jump guns, I am the boom boom gun.
And finally, from seasons 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, we have Crystal Method, Olivia Lux, Maddie Morphosis, Irene Dubois, and Saphira Cristal.
I'm here to take the crown, make my mama proud.
Each episode will have a maxi challenge with one winner and 2 bottom queens. To determine placements, I'll take a look at how everyone did on that same or similar challenge from their actual season or seasons if they've done more than one. If a certain queen never did a certain challenge on their original season, I'll try to rationalize how I think they would place based on what I know of the queens. But enough about the logistics. Let's rejoin our queens and find out what the first maxi challenge of this season will be. Ooh girl, what's poppin'? Hello, hello queens! Welcome to Hollywood, baby. It's lights, camera, action. For this week's maxi challenge, you'll be acting out scenes from Pokemon the movie. Good luck. Since the first maxi challenge is an acting challenge, let's see how each of our queens fared when it came to acting challenges on their original season. It looks like Asia actually won an acting challenge on season 10, and Willem and Sugarcane both placed high on season 4 and season 11 respectively. We also have Manila, Gia, Kim, Crystal, Olivia, Maddie, and Saphira placing safe in their own acting challenges, with Detox placing safe once and low once. Neither Nina Flowers nor Irene Dubois really did an acting challenge on their seasons, so we can't say how they would do, but it does actually look like Raven and Nina Bonina Brown were both in the bottom 2 for acting challenges back on season 2 and season 9 respectively. So, as it is written, so it shall be done. Here's a summary of how our 15 queens would each place in our first maxi challenge. And so, our bottom 2 for the week will be Raven and Nina Bonina Brown. With our bottom queen set, let's take a look at the teams that they'll be battling with, starting with Obstagoon on Raven's team. I chose Obstagoon based on Raven's gothic rock band look from season 2. Obstagoon will play the part of a fast physical attacker. It's holding the item Flame Orb, which will burn Obstagoon at the end of its first turn on the field. Now, normally this would be bad because burns have physical damage dealt, but thanks to its ability Guts, it instead gains a 1.5 times increase to its attack stat. It also helps to double the power of the move Facade, which, oh by the way, also gains a 50% stab or same type attack bonus, meaning it'll be doing, carry the one, a lot of damage. Next, we have Swanna, based on Raven's poofy white Wedding Eleganza look. Swanna's base stats are nothing to write home about, but with the Life Orb to power up its attacks, it'll be able to dish out some half-decent special attacks with Scald, Hurricane, and Ice Beam. It also has the supporting move Tailwind, which will double the speed of Raven's team for 4 turns after it's used, helping to really control the speed of the battle. Next, we have Crobat, who is loosely, sort of, based on Raven's purple Secret Identity look from All-Stars 1. Crobat's primary function is to serve as a super speedy physical attacker. Its ability, Inner Focus, means it can't be flinched by moves like Fake Out or Intimidated. And its item, Heavy Duty Boots, means that it won't be affected by entry hazards like Stealth Rocks, which would wreak havoc on this frail but speedy Pokemon. Next, we have Hitmontop, who I chose based on Raven's beige Drag Race UK Season 2 appearance look, with her headpiece giving off the same top vibes, like a spinning top, that Hitmontop does. Hitmontop has okay base stats and will be primarily supportive in nature. It has high special defense, and with an all-right defense stat, coupled with the ability Intimidate and Leftovers, means it'll be able to switch in on either physical or special attacks to soak them up pretty well. Fake Out and Rapid Spin also give Hitmontop loads of utility. Next, we have Colossal, who is based on Raven's look from her cameo on Season 13's Snatch game, with her black and red feather headpiece represented by Colossal's pile of red and black coals on its head. Colossal has incredibly high HP and defense stats, making it a perfect defensive wall. Its ability, Flame Body, also means that it has a chance to burn targets that hit it, and a Citrus Berry give it even more survivability. After surviving a hit, it can either retaliate with special attacks like Flamethrower or Power Gem, or set up entry hazards like Stealth Rocks. And lastly, we have Corviknight, for no reason other than it's known as the Raven Pokemon. Similar to Colossal, Corviknight has really high HP and defense stats, but unlike Colossal, it'll retaliate with physical attacks like Brave Bird or Iron Head. Its ability is Mirror Armor, which reflects any stat decreases inflicted upon it back to their attacker. Meanwhile, its item Rocky Helmet will help to chip away at any physical attackers. Raven's team, while strong overall, has one weakness on the special attacking front, with Swanna and Colossal as her only special attackers, neither of which are known for their raw offensive capabilities. However, she'll hope to make up for this weakness with really great bulky Pokemon like Colossal, Corviknight, and Hitmontop, and some incredibly fast physical attackers in Crobat and Obstagoon, who could both sweep entire teams on their own if given the chance. Next, let's take a look at Nina Bonina Banana Fafana Osama Bin Laden Brown's team, which starts off with Alolan Raticate, who I chose based on Nina's Season 9 entrance look cause she's a mouse. Duh. While regular Raticate and its Alolan variant have the same measly base stats, compared to regular Raticate, Alolan Raticate can be considered a bit more offensive with the extra dark typing. Its ability is Gluttony, which means it can consume berries, like the Ogwop berry, to restore health, at half health rather than at the normal quarter health. Next, we have Medicham, who is based on Nina's Lady Gaga look with the reddish color scheme, red hat, and body yaddy yaddy. Medicham has some middling base stats overall, but with the ability Pure Power, doubling its attack stat, and a Life Orb, it'll be pretty threatening with powerful stab moves like Close Combat and Zen Headbutt. Next, we have Steelix, who is based on Nina's Princess Fantasy Princess Zathena runway. Steelix has one of the highest base defense stats of all time, so of course it'll be Nina's defensive wall. Its ability is Sturdy, which will help it survive an attack that would have otherwise knocked it out in one hit, and it's holding a Rocky Helmet to take advantage of its high physical defense. With moves like Head Smash, Earthquake, and Heavy Slam, it'll also be able to dish out some respectable damage. Next, we have Liepard, who I chose based on Nina's Big Hair Everywhere leopard look. Liepard is a speedy special attacker who will also be able to play a more supportive role as well. Its ability is Prankster, which means it'll typically move first when using status moves like Thunder Wave, and the item Focus Sash will help it survive an attack similar to Steelix's Sturdy ability. Fake Out and Knock Off round out Liepard's supporting moveset. Next, we have Lopunny, who is based on Nina's Makeover Bunny looks. Lopunny is a speedy physical attacker. To make sure its speed isn't dropped due to paralysis, it has the ability Limber, and an Assault Vest will give it a little bit more staying power against special attackers. Lastly, we have Ampharos, who I chose based on Nina's Yellow Reunion look. Ampharos is a decently bulky special attacker with high HP and special attack stats in particular. Its ability is Static, which gives it the chance to paralyze Pokemon that attack it with a contact move. is holding the Power Herb, which make 2-turn moves complete in just 1 turn. This item is mainly to allow it to use the super powerful move Meteor Beam, which is not only super strong at 120 base power, but also raises the user's special attack. Overall, Nina has a good mix of physical attackers like Medicham, Alolan Raticate, and Lopunny, and special attackers in Liepard and Ampharos. Steelix will be her primary defensive anchor and will be a pain to deal with unless her opponent has some good special attacks. So with that, let's welcome to the stage our trainers. Rue, over to you.
Raven, Nina, I'm sorry, my dears, but you're up for elimination. 2 queens stand before me. Ladies, this is your last chance to impress me and save yourself from elimination. The time has come.
Pokemon battle.
For your life! Good luck, and don't it up.
Nina leads with Steelix, while Raven brings up Colossal. Raven's actually going to set up Stealth Rocks here, while Nina goes on the offensive, doing big damage to Colossal and triggering that Citrus Berry. Raven's actually going to stay in here and go for a Flamethrower next, and is going to go down to another Earthquake from Nina's Steelix. Here, Raven brings in Swanna, another special attacker, and goes for a Scald, which will be enough to take Steelix down. Nina's next Pokemon is Ampharos, who has a great matchup into Swanna, causing Raven to swap into Hitmontop instead. Nina makes a good move here with Volt Switch so that she can bring in Medicham. Raven can't really risk staying in here, so she goes to Obstagoon expecting a Psychic move from Nina, but Nina goes for a Trailblaze actually to increase its speed stats. Raven is actually on the back foot again, as a Fighting type move is likely coming in, so she brings in Hitmontop, who gets Intimidate off on Medicham. Unfortunately, it's not enough to save it, as Hitmontop goes down to that close combat. Raven brings in Corviknight here, and Nina will actually decide to stay in and just go for more damage, but Corviknight is so tanky that it just eats up that close combat and takes Medicham out with that Brave Bird. Nina's going to bring in Ampharos here. Meanwhile, Raven's going to go for a Roost to heal itself up, but it's going to eat a Thunderbolt from Ampharos, doing 48% of its health. Raven stays in here on the next turn and goes for damage with that Iron Head, but Ampharos brushes that off really and takes Corviknight out with another Thunderbolt. Nina's in the lead here as Raven brings in Obstagoon, who's going to outspeed Ampharos and take it out with that Guts and Stab boosted Facade. Raven's tied up the game here, and Nina brings in Lopunny. Raven's going to switch out to Crobat on that incoming Fake Out from Lopunny. Crobat outspeeds on this next turn and goes for the Brave Bird, but Lopunny survives and goes for an Ice Punch, which surprisingly does not a lot of damage, allowing Crobat to survive and take Lopunny out with another Brave Bird on the following turn. Raven has taken the lead here as Nina brings in Liepard. That Prankster ability allows Liepard to go off, get a Thunder Wave off first. Meanwhile, Raven goes for a Brave Bird for damage. Liepard is going to be able to outspeed now and take Crobat out with a Dark Pulse. Raven brings in Swanna, who is going to get paralyzed by Liepard, as Raven goes for that Tailwind. That Tailwind allows it to move first on this next turn and actually take Liepard out with a Scald. Nina's last Pokemon is Alolan Raticate, who is going to take some big damage from that Scald, but it's able to eat its berry to restore some health and retaliate with Double Edge to take Swanna out. Raven's last Pokemon is Obstagoon, and is going to be able to outspeed. So Nina's going to go for that Sucker Punch, hoping for the best, but it's not enough to take it out, and Obstagoon will finish the battle with a Facade, and Raven wins the battle.
Raven, Shantae, you stay. Nina, Bonina, Brown, sashay away.
Now Now that's what I call a premiere episode. Nina put up a really good battle, but unfortunately just didn't have the firepower to outlast Raven's team. The MVP for me has got to be Raven's Obstagoon, who took out 2 of Nina's Pokemon and was just a constant threat throughout the entire battle. But anyway, if you're as excited as I am for this season of Gotta Drag 'em All-Stars, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Do it for me, and if not for me, do it for Soda Pop. But make sure you come back here in 2 weeks regardless for episode 2 of Gotta Drag 'em All-Stars. Bye!